Okay.
All you gotta do is twist that.
Push it?
No, twist it.
Twist it. Got it.
Just a little.
All right.
And then I would usually just reach up and grab it.
Okay.
But that pulls also for that.
Oh, cool.
So there's that. You got to turn this on. I put a red sticker on everything you need to turn on. So if you do that, it turns it all on. And you also have to turn the soundboard on.
Okay.
Which is on the back right. Just a push button.
Back right.
Yep. Yeah, where you were. Just reach underneath.
Oh,
right
okay.
Somewhere in there.
I think I see it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then whatever it was set at, it'll just automatically go to.
That's cool. That always impresses me when all the sliders go.
So that's where we were last time. So as far as the LS9, there's a ton of stuff. I put this up here. This was for our monitor sends, just so we had it. So if you hit this is the online campus. If you hit it again,
Okay.
so it lights it up like that. This is the mix that we sent to our online campus. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So then wireless in-ear was on number 2. This is what it looked like for my in-ears. If you want to get off of that, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can either hit home right here, or you can hit this again to shut it off. So I'm going to shut it off that way, or home, and it goes home. If you really want to mess with people, what I like to do is go every other, like this. Well, these 2 are synced together. It's left, right for computer.
Oh, okay.
Do that. You probably shouldn't turn that one all the way up. And then up here, we're going to switch to channels 17 to 32 and push the other ones up.
It's funny.
And then you just go like this. Boop, boop, boop. So, anyway. Ooh. Yeah, this thing looks like it's probably got dust in there. They're not moving as smooth. So, my guess is just yeah. It just hasn't been used in over a year, so.
Yeah, right?
All right, now, as far as these cables go.
All right, yeah.
Here, I'll take this one out. So this has the number 26 on it.
Okay.
Also, it's cable 26. So if the tag falls off,
Nice.
you can look further down the cable for it.
Okay.
And each of these represents an input on the stage.
Got it.
So let's go that way.
Yeah, okay.
So let's just, for me showing you sake, let's just remember electric guitar is number 9.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
Actually, yeah, we'll just remember that. Wait, you're playing acoustic. So here, let's do this. Acoustic is number 10. Okay?
Number 10?
We'll get that going,
Okay.
and we'll get your mic going. So 3 is mic, 10 is your guitar.
Okay, sounds good.
The code to get in this too, unless you guys have reset it.
I don't think we did.
Okay. It's these 2 at the same time,
Okay.
and then the middle one.
Oh, cool.
And that'll get you through.
Nice.
If someone's pushed a button while they walk by, it won't work, so you just reset it with the handle and you're good to go.
That's awesome.
Alright, so we turned on up there. We still have to turn on back here.
Oh, okay.
Right now the soundboard and the sequencer is on, but not. So, like before, I put a red sticker. Those are the power conditioners. So each amp goes through a different power conditioner. And then you got this is your in-ear monitor. So this line goes to the soundboard. These go to the stage.
Cool. So that's set up for in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. All you need is these guys. You'll need to get some more.
Okay.
I don't know if I have the template. I just printed that out on like Word or something like that, or Excel. You can find templates online if you just type in A16. But yeah, that's what we did.
That's awesome.
And then the network cable, you just plug in there, and it powers through the network cable.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's going to be completely dependent upon what you guys do and what you want. But just for sake of right now, let me just lift it up. And these have labels.
Okay.
So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the return, I think. It went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
If not, you just have to play with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that.
I don't even know what a return is. What's a
monitors.
return? Okay.
So the wire's wired the opposite direction.
Okay, got it. And you'd use those for in-ear monitors?
No, floor wedges.
If you want, okay.
Yeah.
Because you did do a couple floor wedges, right? For the singers?
Yep.
Okay.
And then these, I don't know if these are active or not. I can't remember which. You just have to play with it. Because there's more of these than there are cables.
Okay.
So let's stick your mic in the 7.
Okay.
Oops. And let's put your guitar. We'll just put it in number 9 because that's what it is up there.
Okay.
All right. So now we go back over here. So, with that being said, 7. We plugged in the 7.
Yeah.
So 7 needs to go to your number 3, which is your mic.
Okay.
And then we plugged in the 9, and I think acoustic was 9, so we'll plug wire 9 into 9.
Okay.
The reason I do it that way is so you don't have to re-cue every time. So if you always have your lead vocal on channel 3,
Yeah.
then you just have to change. So right now 3 is in 3. We'll take that out, and we need to put number 7 into 3.
Oh, okay.
So now that's wired. And then number 9, and it doesn't look like number 9 is out. So we gotta go underneath.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of cables right there. Oh, the other thing too, that microphone
Yeah.
is connected to this wire, number 2. I believe. Yeah. So we would stick a microphone there.
You just what
For
kind
the
of
room.
microphone did you have?
We just use like one of those Shure long ones.
Okay.
And then I'd have to unplug it every week because basketball and everything.
Oh, yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want it to get hit.
Did you
So
clear out the stage every week?
We cleared out a lot of the stage every week.
Okay.
Yeah. We left the drums, but we had like a TV up there. We'd have to take that off. All the microphones we'd have to move back. It was a little obnoxious, I'm not gonna lie. And we couldn't do too fancy a stage design. 'Cause,
Right.
you know, balls are flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so we don't have number 9, but lucky me, I found it right away.
Oh, nice.
So when we left, I just kind of threw these all up here to make them look half presentable, but
It was a selling point. That's why we bought.
yeah. I never kept them up like that because I mean people's feet don't hang. One of the things you might consider doing is just putting like a 1x6 or 1x8 across there, and then all the cables can just sit right on it.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
And of course I lost the 9 that I literally just had in my hands. Is that it? Yep. All right, so I'll just feed this up
Yeah.
to here.
Got it.
I guess we'll refeed it. Where did it go?
I think it was for this guy.
Oh, this one. Yeah. Man, this is the long part of all this.
Okay.
And then we'll just plug that into number 9, which was right there, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so, oh, no, acoustic was number 10. So, not that it really matters, but we'll do it because, oh,
Sounds
you
like
heard
the
it.
magic happened.
Okay, so, light off is active. Wait, I think. No. They're always different on every board. All right, I think we're live with it being on. So, we'll try that. Let's go see what happens.
Okay, sounds good. Just got this new guitar.
Yeah,
I was
what is
looking at, it's a Yamaha. I was looking at because I have a Taylor.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's like a Taylor, but I don't have to spend the Taylor price tag.
Right.
I didn't like my Taylor had an aftermarket pickup, which I never loved it live. Then my wife's was good because my wife's.
Are you like the LR bag session?
I do love this thing. It's like my favorite new thing.
I've never played
Pick in there.
it. Oh, that's why. It's like,
Yeah, this sounds like terrible trash. Nice job on the guitar. Sounds good out here.
You give life, you are love, bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken. Great are you, Lord, it's your in our lungs, so we pour out our praise, it's your breath in our lungs, so we pour out our praise to you only.
Oh, you sound awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks. So what I want you to do, I'm gonna just keep going.
Okay.
Listen to it and then go in the room and just listen to the difference that you are in that room than what you are out here.
Okay.
Because the sound in the room is totally different.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll tell you what our solution to that was.
Okay. Awesome.
You give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that is broken, you give life, you are love, you bring light to the darkness, you give hope, you restore every heart that.
So, yeah.
Totally different. Sounds so much more full out there and just kind of.
Yeah. So, what we did, when we had our Wi-Fi put in, we actually had it put in right underneath the sound booth.
Okay.
And then I just plugged the board straight into it.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, because it doesn't run off Wi-Fi. So, right here, I think.
That's okay.
This just plugged. It's just network. You just plugged it right into the Wi-Fi, and then and then I ran it from an iPad.
Okay.
So you could actually walk the room.
Yeah.
And since these are not array speakers, like it does sound different in different parts of the room.
Okay. Well, what's a Ray speaker?
Array, A-R-R-A-Y.
Okay.
So it's the ones that there's a multitude of them.
Yeah, okay.
Like that. And the reason why you actually program different volumes on all those, the idea is that they hit with the same decibel at different parts of the room.
Oh, okay.
We don't have those in our other building either.
Okay.
But because we were able to raise them, and the people that installed it were audio engineers, it's only like a few decibel difference there. But in this room, especially towards the front, it's a huge difference because then the sound is going over you. So when we built the room, the center point, I think it's right here where the plus is.
Okay.
The carpet. I think that's kind of like where all the speakers kind of hit together.
Okay.
So, yeah, let me show you a little bit about this floor.
Dude, you sounded great.
Oh, thanks.
That's awesome.
So on the acoustic guitar, like whatever you want to mess with, you always have to select it.
Okay.
So if we want to select channel 3, 4, whatever, that's what you do. I'm probably not the best person to show you this because I was always on stage, but I think this was a tap delay.
Really?
Oh wait, no. Nope. I don't remember.
Do you still have a Yamaha at your new place?
No, we switched to the Behringer X32.
Everyone has that one.
Yeah, well, it's not the latest technology, but it's still really good.
Yeah.
There's a bajillion videos to try resources.
Super useful.
It's a great on-ramp to digital. This is one of the first digital ones.
Yeah.
So the interface is a little bit harder to navigate
Okay.
because they hadn't thought through all that stuff yet. I mean, they thought through it, but not to the extent of churches using it everywhere and all that stuff. So
Most of my friends have the X32.
yeah, it's a
That
good
have
board.
digital books.
It's a great board. Let's just start by EQing first. So we're on the acoustic.
Okay.
If you look right here, we have high, high medium, low mid, and low, which represent high, high mid, low mid, low.
Okay.
So on the high, you can only mess with these two. And if you see the green bar here, as you mess with it, it totally does all this stuff, right?
Are those like low cuts, high cuts stuff, or is this? Is that
I mean,
not
that's
totally
your
something?
board. So
Okay.
if you want to do low, or it's your EQ bar.
EQ. Okay, got it.
So, I mean, right there, I'm cutting a ton of lows out.
Yeah.
So it's just, and you know, you shape it however you want with all that. With the iPad, you actually pull up like a EQ graph, and
Okay.
you can mess with it that way, which
That's
is
cool.
really cool. So that's how you do that. Your gain control is up here. You have to make sure though you're on the channel,
Otherwise, okay.
because if you're wanting to do the acoustic, you might be able to do this. As soon as you touch anything up here, it's on whatever it's selected. So you always have to make sure you select.
Okay.
Let's see a couple other things. Scene memory. This is you can save stuff.
Yeah.
So like, let's say you have a certain theme, you can save stuff there. Another team, you can save a second one. So we have baseline, 1 male, 2 females. So I'm gonna recall by wait. Oh no. Which one were we? Okay, so here we go. The up down. Okay, so we want to do 1 male, 2 females. Okay, we're gonna recall it. So I use these to navigate through this.
Okay.
Hit enter, and this is the settings that we had a year and a half ago
Right.
when that was the case. So you can also, and I can't remember how to do this, but you can actually save multiple EQs. So we could save your voice in one,
Right.
and then let's say you're on channel 5 this week. We just select channel 5, go to wherever it is, and
Right.
put your voice on there. And then
Okay.
let's say you got a lady named Susan, you know, and she's singing on channel 6. You can just pull her EQ and throw it on channel 6.
That's super
so you can
useful.
also save per, you know, instrument or whatever.
Okay.
So it's really cool.
That is cool.
So and that's the scene memory.
Scene memory.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you want to navigate, see how there's like, it looks like file folders.
Yeah.
You just hit the button again, and it'll go through scene fade time, scene playback length. Like it'll go through the different menus here. Same with monitor. You just go through there, and it'll go through talkback if you want to use a talkback mic, which we sometimes do now.
I don't think we would. At least not
Yeah.
currently.
So, yeah, I mean, it's, you can talk easy enough back and forth, you know, in this distance.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So even we don't use it much in ours either.
Okay.
The only time it would be really good is if people are, you know, being loud on stage and they need to tell me something. It's like, shut up. Stop playing the drums.
Yeah. Right.
Setup. This is specifically here, your miscellaneous setup, right here where it says network. When you download the app, these are the parameters that you have to put in. And with the IP address, I
Yeah.
think you have to do one less or one more. So when I put the IP address in the iPad, I did 192.168.0.127, and then
Okay.
followed everything else.
Okay.
And that helped because, well, that's just how it was set up. I think the IP address that you put into the iPad is the iPad, and this is the LS9. So anyway, but once you link them, I personally would never touch the board. Like I loved the interface on the iPad.
Right. Sure.
So it was great, and I think you can do nearly everything
Okay.
that you could do on the iPad or on the board that you could do on the iPad.
X32 has that as well, right? Do you
Yeah.
walk around with it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, now mostly what I use it for, and this is good if you, let's say we go back to our monitors. So the in-ear monitors, it has that network cable.
Yeah. Okay.
And it goes out. But I also had a mic output, like a monitor, plugging into a wireless sender over here that went to a belt pack that I used wireless in-ears for me.
Okay.
So, and the way you mix that is the same you'd mix like a floor wedge on the stage,
Okay.
which means you had to mix it from the board.
Okay.
So, and then instead of me bang, hey, I need a little more blah, 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 or a little less of this, I just had my iPad there, and I could mix my in-ears right then and there.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and I still do that now.
Yeah.
Because they're worried, their main focus, I always tell them, is like the room needs to sound the best it can.
Yeah.
Monitors, like you should probably get your monitor mix first, especially if you're using speakers as opposed to in-ears, because it's creating more sound.
Right. Sure.
And then set your room, because that's where you're really controlling stuff.
Yeah.
So their main focus needs to be the room. So why would I throw another layer on and have them mix something they can't even hear?
Sure.
Especially because like when I play, I want to hear my vocal over the other vocals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I get thrown off.
Yep.
You know, and I want to hear my guitar because I want to make sure it's working and I'm playing the right notes. Still want to hear other things, but I need to have those just a little bit above to make sure I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Yep.
And that's just too much to throw on someone who can't even listen to it.
Right.
So
Sure. Yeah.
that's what was great, and I just used my little iPad Mini, which is out of date now. It was a first gen iPad Mini.
Wow. That still works. Huh?
Yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, so you can go through. I don't remember how to set up like the card and all that.
Okay.
But it's all editable. Let's say that that you're here in number 3. You can also just go up here to this box, hit enter, and we're gonna edit this. And once again, this is also a little bit easier to do in the iPad. And then hit this.
It's me now.
Yeah, and we can change the color if we want. And let's do this little cheesy. Oh, we'll get green so you can see a little better. So now you got a face there, and that's Todd.
Nice.
Or if you want to stay on the mic, you can do that. And then close, and all that. So, and then always home.
Okay.
It's back to your main.
Gotcha.
And I always had people just remember, hit home when you're done, just because you don't want to edit something you don't know what you're doing, or accidentally, like, you just intuitively do this and start messing. Oh no, I just messed with something. And,
Right.
and then in order to fix it, if you don't know what you're doing, is to recall, and you're starting at ground zero again.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
so I just put you in, right?
Okay.
Now we're gonna go back to scene memory. Okay, so right now, if I load it, it'll go back to my voice.
Okay.
Okay, but I've got a baseline, and now I just want to save it. So I'm gonna go down to store. I hit enter, and we're just gonna go up here, clear, and we're just gonna call it new, and then go to store. Are you sure? Okay. So now number 3 is saved as new,
Okay.
and no matter what I do, like we're gonna go down to, oops. Let's just go to this one. I'm gonna hit enter. Oops, nope. Sorry, I'm gonna go down to recall. Okay, so now it's set to whatever we save that as. It's got my name here.
Okay.
Okay, but if we go to new and recall it, now it's got your name
Huh.
because we saved it that way.
Okay.
And you have a ton of different things you can save. So, like I'm at 297. Oh, 300.
300 things you can say.
Yep. So if your teens are using it, like what ours did, we can actually load a special one just for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that way they're messing with theirs. And the other thing that I absolutely love about it is people mess with it. Oh, that sounds like garbage. Where did we go? Well, we'll just go back to new, and then recall, and it's back to where we were.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is cool.
Yep. The other thing, I never got our guys to do it much. Trying to think where it was. There's a way to lock it, so that way. Was it here? Oh, here, console lock, right here.
Yeah.
Hit enter. Okay. You may remove your SP. Press enter key to cancel. So it's locked. Like if you come here, see how I try to move it and it just moves it back.
Yeah, yeah.
That way, when your sound guy leaves, maybe a kid's sitting up here with your media person or
Sure.
whatever, and or your kid, know, because your kid's gonna be here more than
Right.
other kids.
For sure.
And then you just hit enter and it's unlocked.
Oh, okay.
So you do that, and now you don't have to worry about it.
Hmm.
I mean, if they read it, they can obviously tell how
Yeah.
to unlock it, but it just is kind of like a safety.
That's fantastic.
Don't have to worry about it near as much.
Right, okay.
So I mean, literally, I can't do anything. It'll just go right back to it.
Oh, I could see a kid playing with that.
Yeah. So yeah, digital
That's
boards are fantastic.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's really cool.
There is a USB port right here. Before we left, a couple months before, we had updated the firmware and everything. So it was up to date as of beginning of 2018.
Okay.
So I don't know, since it's older, I don't know if they keep releasing new firmware.
Sure.
Yamaha's kind of moved on to their other, because they want to push the stuff that
Yeah.
they are selling currently.
Absolutely.
So there's that. So that's the sound system.
Dude, that is cool.
There's two
That is
more.
so helpful.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's two other systems that I could show you too.
Sure, I'd love to see it.
There's the lighting, and then there's the video.
Okay.
I don't expect you to remember any of it.
Well, it's super useful that
Yeah.
I'm taking videos because I'm going to put these up on YouTube.
First off, this up here.
Yeah.
This is what controls the lights. These are the I can't think what they're called right now. But if I were to switch stuff,
That's
you
cool.
hear them.
Yeah.
And the reason why this is cracked right here, this is what is it called? Sheetrock.
Okay.
This is fire retardant wood. So it's actually switching from sheetrock to wood, and you can actually see where the panels are. So, I mean, you can clean it up easy, but over time with moisture and the building settling and things like that, they're different materials, so
Yeah.
they settled a little different, which would take, less than half a day to get that all cleaned up and stuff, and if you guys are painting and everything.
Right, yeah.
So there's different settings. Now, I labeled these. Well, first off, this flips up. And this is where you program these things.
Cool.
So I labeled full, so everything on, front, stage, casual, sermon, and songs. I did it this way just because I wanted them going to the same motion.
Yeah.
So if you do songs, it's actually all off because we had lamps around the room too.
Yeah.
You can actually just hit off and it's the same thing, but I wanted them hitting songs. I wanted them hitting sermon. I wanted them hitting, whatever it is that we wanted. So this is just the stage, and I had it on minimally. So when I came in here and sat the stage, I don't like a lot of light.
Yeah.
So I'd play some music and just go for it. But if you want to edit it, you hold it. The light stays on, and then you can go, oops, nope. Come on. There we go. When it switches to that,
Okay.
now I can increase how high you want things. And each of these is a different layer of lights in. So this one is the stage.
Okay.
This is the one on the other side of the stage, and then it goes back. This is the back two.
Okay.
The whole back two rows are the same. On the stage one, and I'm talking about button, not my labels here. There's actually, I think, 6 lights up there, and 3 of them are right above the screen. We removed all the light bulbs from those because when they were on, it washed the screen out. So
Gotcha.
we just took them out, and we actually, during service, never had the overheads from the stage on,
Okay.
ever. But then after you do your edits, you just hit save right here, and you're good to go. So I'm going to just hit cancel. So casual is what people came in and left to. But if you hit on, it turns everything on.
Okay.
So there's that. This is actually, we never used it, but you plug this in and it goes to that for a computer to edit stuff. There's labels here actually for this.
Okay.
I just printed it out because, these are special. Like, they're the ones that came with the factory, so I never used it. But there's a whole bunch of labels that you can put in there if you want to do that. These are extra buttons for all the wall mounts.
Okay.
So there's that. And then I usually had whoever was running sound running the lights too.
Okay.
I did have the computer over here initially, but I feel like the person running the media has to pay attention at a lot more moments than sound.
Sure.
So first off, you got the blackout. That just clears everything out. Here, let's shut this off so you can see. Then if you shut blackout off, then you have control. So you got the master.
Okay.
You can also see which lights are burnt out, which looks like there's several right now. But there's that.
Okay.
So that's the lights.
cool.
As far as the projectors go, I think this is the middle one. More so, what you got to look at is this wire.
Okay.
This is the middle big one.
Yeah.
This goes into, on here, goes into this guy right here, the splitter.
Okay.
And then this takes it and shoots it to the center screen and then to the two TVs in the into the cafe area. This one goes to the back and then is split to go to the two side screens.
Okay.
So what we did is master and slave, control and pro presenter.
Okay.
When you hit spacebar here, it automatically changed this one.
Gotcha.
So if I were to do it again, knowing what I know now,
Yeah.
I would make those screens on the side.
Yeah.
I know those are 4:3 ratio. I would tear those out, make a bigger screen, and make them a 16:9 ratio.
Okay.
Use one computer and do triple head to go, which means it's all three across. And you can use triple wide images so that it moves across all three,
Oh.
which is what we do in the other building. I just didn't know how to do it
Okay.
at the time, or even like, just it's those things that you figure out as you go.
Sure. Yeah.
So
It's like you said a bunch of words and I don't even
yeah,
know what that means.
so essentially
necessarily.
you've got a screen that's
Yeah.
3 wide,
Okay.
as opposed to one screen in the middle and then 2 screens on the side that are the exact same.
Okay.
Does that make
I
sense?
think so.
So
Okay. It's cool.
I can explain it to you more too.
I'll see if I'll try to.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show that to Brad and some of the other
Yeah,
people
yeah.
and see if they're.
And then there's also one of the problems we had was the TVs out there getting the right frame rate and pixelation to be sent to those TVs.
Okay.
Because every different projectors aren't so bad.
Mhm.
Projectors take almost any signal, but TVs like a specific signal. I've
Okay.
come to find out.
Huh.
There is a device called a decimator, MD-HX, I think. Anyway, and you can take any video source and change it into any kind of output, and it's fantastic. I would never go back
Huh.
to not using one of those
Where
because
do you plug that in from? Like on the
it's
computer?
just goes on the line somewhere.
Okay.
So what I would do, because I'm assuming you guys are probably going to upgrade
I think.
the Mac.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
mean,
know
this
either.
is 6 years old now, so
Okay,
I
yeah.
would recommend it.
Yeah.
But then again, that's more money to spend.
Sure.
It all depends on where you guys fall on that. But
Okay.
I would not run, and you can get in contact with me, and we can run cables and all that stuff. I'd be
Okay.
more than willing to help with that.
Man,
but
you're awesome.
the VGA cable is kind of on its way out.
Okay.
I mean, it's all wired for VGA, and you can
Mm-hmm.
totally 100% function on VGA.
Okay.
But using SDI or HDMI is the way to go. Like
Okay.
HDMI over network cable is honestly probably your best bet.
Okay.
And then you just have to buy like a little conversion box that takes your output, turns it into a network, and then the other half receives it and turns it back into HDMI.
Okay.
So, but all that costs money.
Yeah.
Thankfully, network cable to run long distance is way cheaper than doing any other cable.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd be willing to help out, show you how all that stuff works.
That's cool. I think we do have a couple people that do know that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's
and
fantastic.
That ain't me.
All right. This is a junk drawer.
Junk. Fantastic.
I cleaned all of my stuff out. Oh, yeah. So this is the system out there.
Okay.
So, that bar right there, when we first moved in here, we had art display.
Oh, okay.
So you'd hang the line from it, and it'd come down, and there's like little hooks that you put up on each wire, so you can, have it however you want.
Oh, that's cool.
So I think towards the end we had a big map of the country, and then the different missionaries that we supported.
Oh, that's nice.
So.
That's good.
So that's kind of where we were with all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are the projectors like is stuff ready to go on that? Like, can I flip a switch and like turn those on, or
Yeah.
do we still actually need some equipment?
So since there's only one computer, only one works right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, password. It's greater things.
Nice.
Greater things have yet to come. Greater things still to be done in this city.
I love that song. I haven't done it in a couple of years.
Well, that was like our big song that we used to get this building
that's
built.
great.
You know, for the campaign and everything.
Yeah.
It should. Yeah, it reaches from here.
It's just that controller right there.
Yep.
Awesome.
This should work on all three.
Okay.
Last time we were over here for something, I hadn't been over here in a while, and the projector had gotten bumped, so it was like, I'm like, oh no! So I had to figure out how to, because we didn't have anything, so I had to figure out how to get up there and get it all taken care of and all that. So, and this is where it gets interesting, and I don't remember. I wonder. See, I don't know if it's connected to this one or the other one. I just hit source search on here.
Okay.
Doesn't look like. So that makes me wonder if this is connected to the side ones. I really don't know. I'm 100% guessing here. We've done so many different configurations.
Sure, yeah.
All I'm doing right now is switching those two VGA cables out. And the VGA is the little trapezoid one with all the little pins on it.
Okay.
Alright, let's see if that works. Yep. It's all this. So this was actually hooked
Nice.
up to the side ones.
Okay.
So now, and I always, one of the things, if I move my mouse, well here, it's easier if I pull up a picture because it's way bigger. Alright, so see how that's kind of wanky right now?
Yeah.
That is a matter of playing around with the display settings until it works the way you want it to work. And this is
Okay.
where the decimator comes in real nice. Because you can send the exact signal shape and frame rate and all that stuff where it needs to go. So, well, here, let's just make it a little easier.
This is so helpful. This is so helpful.
Well, I installed most of it, and so I can also show you the dirty secrets, but
Nice.
there's things that you could do to really clean it up. Just like there's a rat's nest under here, and there's a rat's nest back there, just cables. You know how it goes.
Oh, sure.
And we saved thousands and thousands of dollars by doing it ourselves, as opposed to
Right.
hiring someone else out to do it. So, so that looks terrible. That should be full screen right now, and it's not. So this literally is just going into the display settings and playing. So on this, we're gonna get Windows, the VGA display. What does this look like? Okay, let's try that. Nope. Revert. Oop. So oh, come on. It's getting there. 1280 by, no. It's still not going to be full screen. Oh, the other thing, preferences. Pro Presenter, 1280 by, what was it? Whoop. See, it's still in 4.3, 1280 by 960. All right, 1280 by 960. Let's see.
1280, 960.
See, and that's still 4.3 ratio.
Hmm.
I feel like there's, oh, cancel. Ooh, boy. There's a way to make it, I don't know. I actually downloaded a program that changed the shape of it, and it worked, but that was on the other computer, which is in our theater right now.
Okay.
But
Well, we got plenty of time to figure that one out.
And if you're not going to be using this computer, it'd
Right, yeah.
almost be a waste of time.
Sure.
And then we also had a stage display going to that projector
Oh,
shut
yeah.
on the back wall.
Okay.
The remote for that one was different. It was this little guy.
Okay.
And there is a sensor extender that is on the bottom of that cage, but you do have to go out there to turn it
Okay.
on. And the way that's wired is it goes up in the ceiling over this wall, and then it comes, I think, down through the wall and this way. So, oh yeah, it's right here. And it's connected via USB.
Okay.
So this is that confidence monitor.
Right. Okay.
Buying all the conversions and everything is always obnoxious, but yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. It's so helpful.
So, but yeah, it's really a matter of playing. I think that's why it was set up on the sides as opposed to the middle, because I could never get the ratio figured out without somehow manipulating it.
Okay.
That, or I just plugged my laptop into it because it's newer and all that. I don't remember, but yeah. So we turned on this first and that second. When you're done, you turn that off first. This on second, because you always want to power down your speakers before you power down everything that goes into the amps.
So I'd go over there and turn all that stuff first?
First, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you'll hear a pop
Okay.
over the speakers, which
Yeah.
that's the bad pop.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Okay. Dude, this is awesome. I feel like I can come in here and like, at least, yeah, exactly. Before, I was just kind of like, I don't know.
I don't know how anything happens.
Yeah. Just click them all
four
off?
Of them. Yeah. Nope. Up. Yeah. Where the red dot is. There you go. And you don't have to touch those.
Okay.
See how they just power off?
Yeah.
Because
okay.
they're plugged into these.
Gotcha. Okay. Good.
Sorry, have it.
What's up?
Have it. Shutting off lights.
Sure, yeah.
Actually, you can hit it from the front.
That button.
Right here. Well, yeah, that
Oh,
one. Yeah, you're
yeah.
right. You're right. So there's that and
Okay.
this.
And that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good to go.
That's cool. Great. Thank you. Man. Yeah, if you were going to change some things.
Okay, if I were to change some things, first would be the screens, the side screens, like I was saying.
Yeah, okay,
Right now
those
they're
guys.
in a 4:3 ratio, and it'd be nice to make them into a 16:9 or a widescreen ratio.
Okay.
And then just use one Mac with it's called triple head to go if you're using Pro Presenter.
Okay.
And there's a little box you buy, and it splits it into 3 signals and all that. It's fantastic. I don't know if you'd have to run extra wire. You might need to, but it'd be great. And running wire is cheaper than buying a whole nother iMac on top of it.
Sure.
Because, I mean, you're looking at $1,500 per iMac.
Right.
Where you could probably buy one, do the triple head to go, and not spend near that amount of money.
Okay.
It'd just be a little more, sweat and all that stuff. Another thing I would change is the lights. They're a pain to change because they're just up there. I would somehow figure out a way that I could either lower them with the pulley system
Okay.
or an easier way to raise my body up in the air. Because we set up scaffolding.
Yeah.
If we had like a little scissor lift or something like that, it would have been great. With that being said, I don't know what you guys plan on doing in here, but if you're not doing volleyball and things like that, you probably won't have to change them out as much.
Okay. We'll be doing some volleyball.
You will?
I
Okay.
think so.
Sweet. I mean, volleyball's great.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it.
But it hits the lights and that's what breaks them?
It can, yeah. I mean, absolute best situation would be to somehow replace them and put LED spots
Yeah.
as opposed to those, because those are the old lights the old par lights, and they get pretty hot too,
Okay.
which you can really feel on stage
Oh,
when
okay.
they're shining down on you. But with that being said, they work great. I mean, we used those for 10 years, and it did what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else. Oh, I'd put a sound bar in the TVs out there.
Okay.
For all that, because for whatever reason those TVs have like a smart sound on them, and there's not a way to shut them off. So you know how like sometimes you're watching TV and the commercials will be turned down. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Yeah.
It's called smart sound, I think. And anyway, you'd be listening to something and the sound would just fluctuate because the TV didn't know like how to process it.
Okay.
And we had no way of shutting it off. We went through the menus, and multiple people over multiple times tried it. So there's that. The other thing is the TVs. I mean, they're TVs. They don't produce a lot of sound to begin with.
Sure.
So if you just get a sound bar to put under there, you'll be able to better control and fill the cafe area with sound. Which, when there's no one here, I mean, you can fill it with the speaker on your phone. But once you get 50 people in there talking and stuff,
Sure.
and that is completely dependent upon what you guys want to do too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Yeah, I don't know, like, what else I would necessarily change. Those are like the big things. Like, if we
That's
were going to
great.
be here,
Yeah.
those are the big things I would have wanted to switch up. It is hard walls, and so if your drummer isn't good at controlling their sound, you might consider doing a drum cage or something.
Okay.
I mean, it's just one of those, you got to play with it and figure it out what works best for you guys.
Yeah.
We never used a cage. We just had them use those
The soft stick
the
things,
soft
right?
sticks,
Yeah.
which even still, depending on who was drumming, didn't matter. The only thing is, if your drummer's loud, then you have to turn everything else up
Right.
to match the volume. And if your drummer's quiet, it's just the opposite.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just, playing and figuring out what works best with what you guys are doing. I think that's,
That is awesome.
yeah.
Okay, so there's a door framed out in here.
There's a door framed out right here
Okay.
that you could, take the drywall off. The reason it was put here is because when they were building it, I thought the ramp was going to come all the way up.
Yeah, okay.
But what I would do is put the ramp or the door right here,
Okay.
and then on the other side, build a platform with some stairs and make a green room right there
Oh,
in
that's
that
enough.
area.
Wow, okay.
So that's, and if you go in here and look, stage is roughly right here.
Okay.
So do that and build some stairs down, and you could put a couch or two in here,
Nice.
and a rug. And
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you just have to really watch your volume
Uh-huh.
while you're in here. But
Yeah.
a place that you could come in, like if you during service, if you're waiting to go out and all that.
Mhm.
Because one of the things we always had to be careful of is when your team or whoever is walking along the side, it pulls people's attention away from whatever's happening.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
Huh.
that's why this is here. This is actually sound panel, but I don't know how much it actually helps. But yeah, so our original intention was always to make this like a green room area.
Yeah.
So there you go. I ran a DMX cable from one of these boxes up, and it's hidden. So I don't know. I think it came across this beam, and it's. I want to say somewhere with here.
Okay.
It's literally just sitting on top of that wall.
Okay.
The reason I did that is because we wanted to eventually add lights up in this corner,
Yeah.
shining down on the stage from the side.
Oh.
So
Okay.
it's there ready. In fact, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna get near high enough. No, it won't. Actually, if we both turn on our. I'm gonna close this door.
Okay.
And if we both turn on our lights on, we might be able to see
Okay.
the stage